9 power play opportunities against Colorado State last night, converted on just one of them. Colorado State had 3 power plays opportunities, buried 2 of those goals. So special teams is a big issue and a big point of contention here in this game.
We apologize just for a second. We didn't have the audio working. Obviously, it now is working. As we said, we are Aiden Glockner, Alex Roberts, and Elena Humphreys. We have been talking about how basically we have not Liam Awen in net for Colorado. Ethan James is in net, and he has had horrible numbers thus far this season, and especially last night. Let in a number of goals. Colorado State won 13-2. Take it away with what you were saying, Alex.
Yeah, we were just mentioning what is some keys for Colorado. Fix the power play. They got 9 power play opportunities. Only scored on 1 of them. Penalties were up, they were influx. There were plenty of penalties in that game last night. And, there were 4 10-minute misconducts called in the 3rd period alone. Both 1 player for each team. It looks like they must have gotten some sort of fight that ended up having a misconduct for them. So they got to keep their emotions in check in this game.
All right, well, looking forward to this game. Can you guys walk me through what is going to be Colorado's strength and what are going to be their weaknesses?
All season long, Colorado has had a lot of strength with its physicality and its speed. We've talked about that every single game they've been in. They're able to fly up the neutral zone. All 200 feet is in their game. Forecheck, back check, anywhere. They're able to basically just kind of bully their opponents into submission, turn over the puck, and create chances off of that. That's going to be really important for them tonight, especially in the wake of that 13-2 loss last night. They need to get the puck out of their own zone and keep it out.
Yeah, I agree. It was just a really terrible game last night. They've let up 10 plus in 3 straight games. Not exactly how you want things to go for Colorado. They've been shut out in 3 of their last 4 contests. This last game was their first goal since Trunco's overtime winner against Oklahoma. So they've been struggling to score, and I think that's really one of the biggest points that they need to really work on offensively. They just need to throw pucks on the net and try to get those scoring opportunities.
Exactly. You mentioned their last goal being Trunco's. That's what you're saying. They obviously had 2 last night, but they got shut out versus Central Oklahoma last weekend, and they just need to make a statement here in the final game of the season, really.
And they want to send their seniors out on a high note. This is a big game. These players have been here for 4 years. They want to go out on a high note, beating their in-state rival, Colorado State.
All right, take me through what are going to be Colorado State's strengths and weaknesses?
Well, I don't think they played the way they played yesterday. I don't think they really had any weaknesses. Sam Simon played great in net, 48 saves. Obviously they only let up 2 goals. I think offensively they don't need to change anything. Max Kleiner had a 7-point night, 2 goals, 5 assists. Max DeBaradinis, hat trick. They had like 7 or 8 multi-point scores last night alone.
And those scores are going to be key to this game. If Colorado State, if the Rams want to run away with it again, they'll rely on those top scorers and the ones who had a ton of points last night to be able to do that.
Yeah, so Colorado State doesn't really need to change too much. They need to keep the momentum that they've been having. They need to build off of it from what they had last night as they face Ethan James for a full 60 minutes.
Exactly. Build off of what they had last night and really just work on defense, really. If you're Colorado State, you want to work on not a lot. Defense, maybe you don't allow the 2 goals if you're Colorado State. Other than that, you had a perfect game last night, and you want to replicate that tonight. Colorado is going to be doing their best. Huge home crowd here, doing their best to send off their fans on a great win. And if you're Colorado State, you're going to want to spoil that.
Their last home game, 8-2. This place was rocking. This place was packed. It was an amazing atmosphere. Here we are 2.5 months later, almost 3 months later, for take 2 here at the CU Rec Center.
All right, do we have any final closing notes between either of you?
Well, I'm not 100% sure. I think we've kind of said our piece, and it's time to play some hockey.
Exactly. Obviously, it's senior night tonight, final home game, final game of the season for the Buffs. I just want to look to see if those seniors, Hager, Schrepel, Felicicchia, they're listed down on the ice over there. I want to see if they can try to make a final statement tonight. I think that would be just a wonderful send-off for them.
Yeah, it'll be a send-off for Jake Hager. Good. Hager and Schrepel, two of the captains this year for this team. Hager's been sidelined all season long, so it's unfortunate for his senior season to be taken away from him. But, regardless, you're a part of this team. You've been a captain. You've been a leader. You want to be sent out with a win.
All right, well, stay tuned, Buff fans. We have our Colorado versus Colorado State matchup, and we are celebrating senior night. We have about 13 minutes until puck drop, and I have been Milena Humphreys with Alex Roberts and Aiden Glockner, my mistake. Remember, you heard it here first.
Joey Felicicchia. Our next senior is our other captain, Hager. He's played this team for 4 years. Accompanied tonight by his mom, planned after graduation, moved back to California, and continued his favorite senior captain on the series.
And as we honor the seniors on senior night for here at the University of Colorado, we enter the final game of the season for these Colorado Buffs. Jake Hager, Quinn Schrepel, Joey Felicicchia being honored here tonight. In our matchup of the final matchup of the season against the Colorado State Rams.
And yeah, we're pumped for this second matchup between these two teams this season in this building.
The stands here are filled tonight. The crowd is packed, ready for the final game of the season as more and more file in. As we as well honor the interns and workers of the team working on photography, video, other media, social media, etc.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts in the hockey season, and everyone helps out. All the interns are, I'm sure, a great help. They've all done what they can to make this season even better for these players, and that's why they're on it as well. They put in a lot of work, and the players appreciate it, the team appreciates it.
Some of these interns will not be back next season. I know at least 1 or 2 of them will be transferring away. So this is a nice send-off for the interns who have stuck here throughout this season. And, well, even if they're not going to be transferring to a different school, they may not be back next year. So this is a great way for the team to honor the people who have been working closely with them all season.
Exactly, and you can tell they're close. Borky taking a picture with them there. They're all close on this team. The players, the workers, the coaches, they're all very close. They have great bonds here, great chemistry, and you can just see that. You've been able to see that in the way they've played this season. Through the ups and downs, they've battled back, they've fought back, and that's what we're looking for them. That's what we're looking for them to do here tonight.
Let's give it up one more time to all of our seniors tonight.
And so the crowd cheers on the seniors. Going to take away the carpet here. Colorado State waiting on their end of the ice. And so look at them. Rolling it up all nice and neat.
They're doing their best. And the crowd here is waiting with anticipation as we are just a few minutes away from puck drop tonight. I'm excited for this game. Obviously, final game of the season. Colorado State and CU played last night. The Rams won 13-2. Not what you want to see for the second to final game of the season. For the final game, for all the fans here, we want to see a win.
Well, and I mean, not only a win, we want to see closer than 13-2. And there's a chance that we'll see that with the fans and the CU crowd behind them, but who knows? As Chip is here to support the hockey buffs.
That's when you know it's a big game, when Chip shows up. And he's on the ice, even better.
Chip's on the ice, refs are on the ice, and I'm on the mic to tell you about the starting goalies for tonight. These starting goalies as well. Ethan James in net for Colorado, not Liam O'Gwen, who has been the starter for primarily most of the season. Most games played by Colorado have been Ethan James in net. He has been out with an injury since the games against Oklahoma earlier in February. So Ethan James gets the start here tonight. He's 4-8-0 this season, and he has not been good in net. 6.98 goals allowed on average for a total of an .833 save percentage, no shutouts. He's been very weak, and he was put in last night in relief and allowed even more goals. As Colorado State and the Rams take the ice, Sam Simon in net for Colorado State. He has gone 12-11-0. Much better stats, 3.66 goals allowed on average, and a .909 save percentage. He has 3 shutouts.
James has been wearing number 30 all season. It looks like he's going to be wearing number 1 today. Try to see if we can come out top as number 1. And so the crowd has a strong reaction to the Colorado State Aggies taking the ice. It's their throwback game where they honor their time as the Colorado State Aggies. They go now, as most of you know, they go by the Rams now. So a throwback night. Their colors used to be green and orange. They honor those in every sport. Football team I know plays at least one game in those green and orange uniforms. So it's a very deep-rooted tradition in Colorado State, and they decide to honor it here tonight on the road against the Colorado Buffaloes.
With the PA announcer announcing the lines for both Colorado State and Colorado, we will take you down to that PA for the national anthem next, and then back to our broadcast for puck drop and the start of the game. And the starters for your two teams, for Colorado, Ethan James, goalie, left defense, Luke Gosnell, right defense, Alex Hartman, left wing, center, right wing, Joey Felicicchia, Quinn Schrepel, and Adam Trunco. For Colorado State, Sam Simon, Tyson Shaw, Trent Hines, Alex Letkowski, and Justin Boudreau, Noah Decker. And now, the national anthem.
Buffs are all here to kickstart all our hearts as we get ready for puck drop between the Buffs and the Rams. The home team has won all 3 games so far in this series this season. 8-2 for the Buffs here, 2-4 the following day at Fort Collins. Last night, 13-2 Rams at home. And let's see if the Buffs can finish the season 2-2 against Colorado State.
Alex, maybe it has to do with home ice advantage, because I know it was packed here last time the Buffs won. It's packed here tonight, and I know CSU is showing up to the Eudora Ice Arena up in Fort Collins when they're playing. So we'll see if the fans, it's packed in here tonight, so maybe the fans have something to do with that, the records at home ice.
You can tell that they boosted their performance last time they played here. And so we're off for period number 1. Buffs Rams underway as Felicicchia, Trunco, and Schrepel is the line that starts today for the Buffs. Hartman and Gosnell the starting defensive pairing. So Rudrow drops it off for the Rams. Buffs are going to be able to clear it out. Gosnell looking for a lead pass over to Felicicchia, gets blocked. Rudrow trying to get that cross-ice pass. It's quickly deflected away by Hartman. Back deep into the Colorado zone. Gosnell being pressured. And will clear the zone. Chasing it down is Golden for the Rams. And Cromwell. Latkovsky struggles to get it across Pashenik, but he does get across the blue line. Latkovsky gets it knocked loose and gets hit, and the crowd loves it. So here's Pashenik across the line with the top line out for Colorado. Pashenik shoots the first shot of the game, and it goes off the stick of Simon and out of play.
You know, it was a 13-2 loss last night. It's about how you bounce back. You're going to have bad games, Alex. You're going to struggle at part of the season. And now it's just about the response now tonight. Still with Ethan James in net, but it's about how you play in front of him. And they know they can beat the Rams. It's just showing up tonight and not letting it get out of hand like last night.
And well, maybe a stronger start here can be a big help as Novodvorsky was the starting goalie. And there's a huge hit by Peterson on DeBaradinis, who had a hat trick in yesterday's game. And the crowd here just erupts.
I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight, Alex.
I mean, there were 4 match penalties in the third period last night, so expect another huge physical game.
a huge physical game and an emotional game. The crowd here is amped up, and I expect, just like the last game we had here at home back on December 14th, that Colorado is going to be able to use that emotion to their advantage. They did it to get that 8-2 win. Let's see if they can do it here tonight.
DeParadinis had a great couple stick moves, but loses control at the end. Here's a shot from Niezlanek that goes high. Crowd settles down a little bit, as you can kind of feel the nerves and the tension in the building right now. And the crowd is an all-time high right now to the fact that it's the beginning of the game. So 2.5 minutes gone, but it's felt like it's already been like 5 minutes. There's a high shot from Ferguson that goes high. In the corner now. Ferguson. Try to dump it in. Foy. Trying to get that to Felicicchia. Gets out of his reach.
I wish we had a hit tracker tonight, Alex. There's going to be a lot of them. Everyone's going to finish their checks here.
Who knows? We may start to replace the shot counter with hit counter. Niezlanek is playing forward today. He's been playing defense for the majority of this back half of the season, but he's playing forward with Foy and Felicicchia tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the keys to the game here for these teams here tonight.
For the Colorado Buffaloes, emotions in check. We were just talking about how emotional this game is going to be. 3 seniors leaving at home. Big game. Help your goalie as well. There was practically no defense last night, and the goalie was basically left out to dry. 13 goals against, only 2 for. Colorado really needs to get it going in the defensive zone, being able to just kind of shut down Colorado State. And not take penalties. That's part of that emotions we had. We were talking about all those penalties taken last night. The 10-minute major misconduct for high sticking on number 3 for Colorado State, excuse me. And 9 power plays for Colorado. Everyone just needs to keep their heads cool for this game.
Yeah, Foy and Pashenik got 10-minute misconducts for roughing yesterday. Maestas and Baltus for Colorado State as the crowd erupts again. Another hit on the boards. Speaking of Baltus, he's got the puck now. There's a long shot, and James will glove it for his first save of the game. So far, so good for Ethan James. He's got save number 1. Yesterday, 24 saves on 34 shots, a .706 save percentage. Not great.
But he also didn't start the game. You know, sometimes it's harder to get into the game when you don't start. I mean, he got into the game pretty quickly, but sitting on the bench, not expecting to play, and then about 5 minutes into the game, having to face a team already down 3-0, it's not easy. So getting the start, he might be a little more comfortable tonight in net.
Well, top line back out. Pashenik has it poked away from him by Cromwell. And the Rams will clear. Here come the Rams now, across the blue line. Cromwell waits. Tried to find Stepan Ruda. McConaughey goes behind his own net. Picked off by Hunt Bond. He shoots. And a glove save by James, point blank on Riley Hunt Bond.
Getting the first goal here in this game is going to be huge. If it's Colorado State, they're going to be able to try to continue that momentum they had last night, those 13 goals. If it's Colorado, that's a statement that says we're not going to back down in front of our home crowd.
McConaughey's going to appreciate that save from James there. That was a pizza up the middle, and James denied it with the glove. Big momentum shift there with a big save.
And so now, Colorado trying to get possession here. And they turn it over. A nice move from Decker. And he loses control, but it goes just wide of the net. There is a penalty, and we have our first of what looks to be many penalties tonight.
Yeah, we got a tripping call here on, it looks like Caleb Gold heading to the box. Nice move there in the slot. It's happened to get dragged down at the end of it and get the power play.
And this is going to be massive here for Colorado State. Early power play. If they can get this first early goal here, that sets them up for a lot better a period.
All right, here we go. Power play for Colorado State. Latkovsky. Now for the Rams. Across. There's a shot, and James covers on Tydone. So there's your first big stop for the power play. Looks like many more to come.
Yeah, CSU 2 for 3 on the power play last night. Pretty successful. So far, so good from James the first 18 seconds. Already made a big save there, sliding over to his left post.
So Rudrow to take the draw for the Rams. He wins it against Pashenik. Dome from the top. Gets that pass now. Latkovsky fires, and that's into the net. Into the netting, not to the net. If it went in the net, that would be bad.
Not in the net. But bodies in front, blocking some shots. Gonna have to here. Especially after last night, you want to help your goalie out a little more than you typically would.
And so Rudrow and Pashenik will go again. Draw controlled again by the Rams. Latkovsky makes a move and tries to fire a backhand shot. Doesn't get off. Hartman trying to work with Rudrow. Now here's a cross ice pass to Doan. Back a shot. Not the power he was looking for. And so Decker will pick it up once again after the shot. Penalty kill for Colorado, sitting at around 40th in the ACHA. Colorado State, their power play just about at 21%. 1 minute gone on the Colorado State power play. No offsides called. And the crowd upset at that.
It was awfully close.
And Hartman will clear it now. There's no question this time around. Simon will play it out to Doan. Doan across the line. Gets it knocked away from him. Schrepel trying to work his way around. Puck's still loose. And Kate gets a little bit of, and there's a little bit of maybe a punch thrown. Everyone's on their feet for the entertaining. I can't even see what's going on right now. Now it pops free. Cross ice, DeBerardinis with a shot, it goes wide. Pass picked off and cleared by Luke Dow. That should be enough to kill off the penalty.
Well,
and it
whatever
will.
was happening down there, Alex, it looked exciting. I can't see. I'm not that tall. You're a little taller than me, but I don't think you can see with the wave of fans that were here.
Yeah, I agree. Niezlanik dodges a big hit. But trying to just work his way out of his own zone. And now Dow getting a little bit of breathing room. There's Owen Dickinson wearing number 16. Usually wears number 28. So he's wearing 16 tonight, and it's got the nod.
I mean, you're going to need every player to step up tonight. It's going to be physical. People are probably going to be feeling it a little bit. Everyone's going to have to step up and contribute. Take some hits, maybe make some hits. No role is a small role tonight, especially in this rivalry matchup.
So Schrepel on the dot for the Buffs, and he wins this draw cleanly against Leo Billick. Colorado struggling to get really any sort of zone time in the Colorado State zone right now. And so Colorado State still dominating time of possession, and it still looks like they've got that desire and that drive that they did yesterday. Those, James has stopped all the shots so far.
Yeah, icing after icing, back-to-back icings again, stuck on the ice a little bit. Just have to get a solid puck out, maybe get a line change here.
And so they're going to try and do that. Dow to just lift it off the boards. It'll go down, and Dickinson will be able to prevent icing.
That's the hard work you're looking for.
And that's a nice save from Simon off of a long shot from Niezlanik. Dickinson tried to get that down into a pass, but now they go to the corner. Picked off in the slot, and Rams will clear. There's a whistle, and looks like offsides.
Yeah.
And honestly, overall, a pretty even period thus far for Colorado and Colorado State. More or less, obviously, Colorado State had the power play, more offensive zone time, but the shots are equal, the goals are none. And for a team that got blown out last night, this is a much better response from Colorado than perhaps what was going to be expected.
And what you mentioned, Jared, about James coming in relief, maybe not playing to his full potential. I think now that you mentioned that, it looks like he's off to a much better start. So 8 minutes gone in period one. Niezlanik will have to chase it down and go behind the net. Ferguson makes a move around Ruda and will be able to get a pass ahead, and that's cleared by the Buffs. So now Colorado State trying to regroup and form up another attack, but Colorado trying to see if they can get any sort of extended zone time here. With Farrow out for Colorado. At the point, Ferguson just sends it around the boards. Gosnell to try and meet the puck. Pokes it ahead. Felicicchia couldn't maintain the puck control. Popped free, and now here's Stepan Ruda. Fans on a pass, and here's a pickoff. Farrow overwhelmed, makes a move. And that's going to be cleared. Ferguson looked it down. And that looks maybe a hand pass, and we have another whistle. 9 minutes gone in period one. And so for the Rams, what do you think they need to do, Jared?
I mean, they got to keep up last night. Put the pucks on net. They've done so far. James looks strong, but you got to just keep putting the pucks on. You got 13 goals last night. You got a little luck on the sticks. Just keep throwing them on.
And so now off the draw. Here's a chance. And Latkovsky couldn't get the shot off. Good defensive play by Hartman. Hines gets hit in the boards by Bandoni. And the crowd just loving the physical play so far in this first period.
Yeah, we already talked about Ethan James kind of settling into the game a little more. We saw him earlier this year against that series against Missouri State. He was almost single-handedly won the Buffs 2 games that weekend. He's a good goalie.
Oh, definitely. He's a good goalie. He's just had a bad year, and that's really all it's been for him. If he can show here tonight that, you know, he has what it takes here, get the Buffs the win, that'd be huge for him.
Well, I mean, those numbers maybe a bit inflated due to the fact that he's had to play all 4 games against Central Oklahoma this year, which, you know, nothing great for Colorado. Very tough opponent. And so that plays definitely into the stats that James has right now. And so those are half of his losses, too. He's got 8 losses on the year. Half of them belong against Central Oklahoma. And so this is potentially a good get-right game for James to end his season.
And you can see kind of here so far in the first half of this first period, what we were talking about with Colorado, their speed and physicality, we were talking about that in the pregame, that has been really important thus far. They've been able to kind of disrupt Colorado State in the neutral zone through that. They've been quick, they've been smart, they've picked off passes, and they've used that physicality. We had that huge hit along the boards earlier, and that's going to be continuing all throughout the night.
And so off the draw, it's Dickinson. Dickinson.
Power play
couldn't
coming
get
up
that
here for
pass
the Buffs.
to Trunco. Kate from the point shoots, and it's blocked by the knee of Latkovsky, it looks like. Another whistle here, just over the halfway point of this first period.
We'll see the Buffs with a power play here. Kind of a way to turn the tide here. The puck's been in their zone for a good amount of the game so far. They get the man advantage here and maybe a chance to turn things around right over the halfway point of the first period.
And it doesn't look like they've opened a box. I was about to say, didn't look like there was anyone in there, but now there
they got the right guy.
Yep. So Tydone in the box for the Rams, and the Buffs have their first power play of the evening. Pashenik wins the draw. Not the cleanest draw you'll ever see, but it was one. Peterson back to McConaughey, cross ice, doesn't get the pass across to Borghi. The Rams read that defensively, and they read that pass back to McConaughey defensively well. Colorado State's penalty kill slightly worse than Colorado's, but they're pretty much even. And Colorado's power play, not outstanding, 57th in the country. That pass just off the stick of McConaughey and had an open net. That shot is really high from Borghi. Now Peterson. Find it back to McConaughey. Lost back. Goes off the skate of Gosnell. And it actually finds the stick of Borghi. Pashenik trying to shake off defenders. He does. Pashenik trying to get it around. Goes back to Peterson. About a minute gone on this power play. That shot's blocked. Kept in by Pashenik. Makes a move around one player. Pashenik gets the pass across. Tough angle shot from McConaughey. Hits the side of the net.
And on both sides, Colorado State has had a very active defense. They've been moving around the zone, pressuring those with the puck, and that's been helping them in this penalty kill. Colorado has had a very mobile power play thus far. They've been moving around very fluid, and that's allowed them to get some of these passes and chances that they've had.
Trunco gets the pass ahead to Schrepel. It's blocked. Kept in by Bandoni. Picked up now by the Rams with about 30 seconds left on the man advantage for Colorado. 20 seconds left. Try to regroup for one final attack here on this power play. Schrepel traps it off for Trunco. He'll just dump it around the boards, and Schrepel now has it cleared, and the Rams kill off the penalty. So now Schrepel. Just down to the side. And it's cleared out. East Atlantic to dump it down, but it's picked out by the Rams. Brett Wilson to dump it around the boards. Out of the reach of Wilson. Wilson goes behind his own net. So now it's Doan in the net. So Doan to pick it up for the Rams. 7 minutes left. Foy almost forced a turnover. So now Latkovsky gets it back ahead, and there's a poke ahead by Rudrow. Rudrow racing in. Backhanded pass misses Decker.
And I love the thought on that. Pass just missed, but if that had connected, he was wide open. Decker had an empty shot at an empty net.
And so Foy pokes it away. He's got Bunting. Foy shoots, and Simon makes the save. It's a little out of reach of Bunting for the rebound. Kate picks it up for the Buffs. So Peterson crosses his own blue line. Finds the skate of Latkovsky, and here comes a dangerous opportunity. Latkovsky moves around, finds Hunt Bond, but it's a little too outstretched, and James is able to read it.
And the defense there for Colorado, obviously off a turnover, but a little bit discombobulated with a massive hit against the boards there on the bench. But Colorado kind of took two men to one man and ignored the second attacker there for Colorado State and nearly gave up a huge chance for the Rams.
6 minutes left in period one, no score so far. James will just cover it. And so we'll have a face-off in the Buff zone. Getting physical. Hunt Bond, a couple shoves. And so the refs trying to do their very best to try and make sure this one doesn't get out of hand. And there's been some pushing and shoving here in this first period.
Certainly. Back and forth, though. Nothing too crazy yet, but a couple big hits both sides, and I think we're going to see a lot more of those. Still over 45 minutes left.
Face off, controlled by the Rams. There's a shot. DeBaradinis had it deflected off of Hartman's stick.
And what stick handling there. That was marvelous. In tight, in the slot, around a bunch of players, and was able to get that shot off.
More physicality here as the Rams try to get another shot off.
Bandoni looks to be shaken up. Go ahead and head into the bench there.
Sogosno heads to the bench too. Some fresh skaters for Colorado. 5 minutes remain in period one.
And as you were saying, Jared, Bandoni very, very weak off the ice there.
There's a big save from Simon on Caleb Gold. Gold now to pick it up for the Buffs. It's back. Dickinson trying to work his way around now. Dickinson back up top. There's a long shot, goes off the backboard. Islanik sent it behind for Dickinson. Looking for a pass. Goes past Ferguson and now gives it off to him. Now he shoots, and that goes wide. Another save by Simon, and that's up into the netting.
Nice chances there. Nice cycle down low, too, to open up some room. Get a couple shots towards the net.
Definitely. Colorado's been kind of excelling at that all season and also tonight. They're working around Colorado State, moving around, skating around, using that to open up lanes for which to pass to.
Also, we'll keep an eye on Cam Bandone. He's gingerly towards the bench here. Gingerly towards the bench. And looks like a lower body injury. He struggled getting onto the bench when he was heading off the ice. We'll keep an eye on that and hope for the best.
Lobbed ahead, Decker works his way through the Colorado defense. Now just drops it off for another Ram, but he can't maintain control. And the Buffs, here they go. Big rush. Trunco with the shot gets blocked, and it skips past Ferguson. Schrepel to throw it on, it goes behind. Trunco trying to work his way around. Ferguson has it knocked loose, and the Rams to come away with it.
But what a move there by Ferguson. Had he pulled that off, that would have been something right there.
Loose puck, James will cover. 3:38 left in period number 1. As again, these teams just hate each other. You can just see it.
They do not like each other. Obviously, we have a massive rivalry against them. Nobody on Colorado wants to see the Rams win, and nobody on Colorado State wants to see the Buffs win. But for the Rams, wonderful little toe drag deke around move there to get the shot off on James, who was able to make the stop. He stood strong thus far in this game.
Animosity. Trunco's been here a long time, and I'm sure his hatred for the Rams probably grew every year he played them. And he's certainly not happy now.
And this is going to be important for the refs actually as well to keep control of this game, as if they don't do their job right, this could get out of hand very quickly.
And I'm pretty sure they knew that going into this game, since they know how intense this rivalry is. And so bunting for the Buffs. It's lost. Now here come the Rams the other way. Fast-paced first period. Continues. Decker has a shot blocked by Dow. And here we go back the other way. Foy. And it just goes off his stick. He couldn't take control.
Offside. You know, we talked about the refs. Do you think they get paid any extra for these huge rivalry matchups where they know they're going to be working hard every whistle?
You know, that's a really good question. You know, you think about that when you're trying to, when you want to, you think about, I don't know. I don't have a really good answer for you.
I don't either. But, I mean, you'd have to hope so, because they're working hard tonight, breaking up every whistle.
They're definitely earning their paycheck tonight. And so Colorado State trying to get that pass ahead, and it goes off of the stick of Baltus. There's a whistle, and Baltus gets a little extra hit on Gosnell, and the crowd wants a penalty. And the refs do not look like they're going to give him one.
I feel like we're going to be talking about that all game.
I agree.
It's just who's pushing who. It's going to happen every whistle. It's just who's pushing who. That's the real question.
Everyone's going to be pushing everyone, Jared, to be completely honest with you.
Wouldn't want it any other way.
That's what you get when you get a rivalry like this. And Sopashenik could not get that pass to him. Hartman will chase it down and find his line partner, Gosnell. Almost a bad turnover as the Buffs scramble to try and keep it away from the Rams. Closing in on the 2-minute mark here in period number 1. Peterson. That lead pass ahead. It finds the stick of Kyle Golden. Rams will get some fresh skaters as they try to pressure the Buffs. They'll hold off for a moment. Pashenik. That point ahead. Dickinson, it's tapped along now. Trunco makes a nice move. Trunco! Oh, great save by Sam Simon on Adam Trunco.
Wow. Burst of speed there from Trunco. Power move to the front. Almost made the Rams pay. Simon kept it out, though. He stood strong and was able to keep that one out of the net here.
And that would have been huge for Colorado to get the game's first goal in this one, especially after what happened last night.
Exactly, we were talking about that earlier, and on that beautiful move by Trunco, you're right, Sam Simon just standing tall in net and making that stop, preventing a late goal by Colorado to make his, to push the team up 1-0.
Minute and a half left in period one. Buffs had probably the best chance of the period so far. But Colorado State's had their own chances. They may have another one here. Trunco couldn't take it. But Schrepel could take it away from the Rams. And now Trunco again, one-on-one with Golden, trying to work his way around it. There's a poke, and they score! Johnny Peterson gets the loose puck and pokes it past Sam Simon. 1-0 Colorado.
A defenseman's eyes brighten up when they see the puck sitting in front of a rebound. Peterson crashing as the third man in, picks up a loose rebound after a Trunco shot, and able to bury that one past Simon to give the Buffs a 1-0 lead.
And Peterson with a massive, massive late period goal. We were just talking about how big it would be, how big that stop by Sam Simon was to prevent that late period goal. Now Colorado has it, 1-0 with a minute left.
So Rudrow across the blue line. It's loose behind the net. Latkovsky shoots, and to the chest of James, and the crowd erupts for another save by Ethan James.
It was already electric in here, Alex, and it just got 10 times more exciting with that goal. I don't know if I've ever heard the rec center this loud.
Yeah, the rec center came to this one, and they showed up, and they showed out here at CU. Face off between Rudrow and Pashenik again. Been facing off all period long. McConaughey pass ahead to Pashenik. Pashenik makes a move, shoots wide of the net. Borgie keeps it up. Peterson gets that goal. Trunco with the assist. Borgie shoots, and another save by Simon with 27 seconds left in period number one.
Keeping the pressure on. Pashenik missed just over the net. He almost picked that corner to beat Simon. Couldn't quite do so, missed wide, but Buffs keeping the pressure on here after taking the 1-0 lead in the first period.
So 27 seconds left. There is an offensive zone draw for the Buffs. Ferguson off from the point shoots, and it's deflected away by Simon. Pashenik from behind the net, or in the corner, really. 15 seconds left. It looks like the Buffs are really trying to just waste time here, not get Colorado State a shot. Ferguson will just hang on to it. McConaughey is across, and Huntbon lays a hit. That's going to do it for the first period. 1-0 Colorado leads.
What a hit there, to end it. McConaughey got sent flying there.
And so the refs sticking by McConaughey right now as they prepare to go to locker rooms. So, entertaining first period so far. 1-0 Colorado over Colorado State right now. It's been a very entertaining period. And well, Aiden, what are your thoughts?
I really liked how both teams played, to be completely honest. Obviously, being the home team here, I'm quite happy that the Buffs are up 1-0. Bigger start than last night. They've shown that tenacity, shown that ferocity that they've kind of had all season. But both teams played really well. Colorado State has been fantastic thus far in the neutral zone, and Colorado using their transition to get quick down the ice. I've loved both teams' play thus far.
Yeah, exciting first period there. Bodies flying. We got a goal. Always love to see a goal. And animosity between these two teams. You can feel the hatred up here in the booth from the ice. It's every hit, every little thing is just you want to win.
Well, I mean, you come to see these types of games in football or basketball, and you kind of almost just the sheer size of the crowd kind of drowns out the hatred you can kind of feel, because you really can only kind of feel the synchronized excitement or disappointment from a certain side. In this situation, where it's very close-knit and it's a very small environment, everything just becomes that much more personal between these two teams. You see fans on the home side just almost insulting the Rams as they try to skate by.
I wouldn't say almost, but exactly. Everything's bigger in this scenario here. Everything becomes more massive. The stakes feel higher, the energy's higher, and everyone is far more into the game.
And so, with that, that should do it for us here in the first period. 1-0 Colorado. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for your intermission report. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first intermission report here at the CU Rec Center. Your current score, 1-0 Colorado.
Yeah, it's an exciting first period so far. Ethan James looking strong after allowing 10 goals in last night's contest. You know, earlier this year, I talked to head coach Benny Toller about Ethan James. He's a sophomore this year. He made his starting, he started last year on the D2 team, was able to get that roster spot up here on the D1 team this year, and he's struggled a little bit, but he's also been one of the best players on the team at certain points, especially against Missouri State early in the season. So he's definitely made a big difference here so far in this game, and he's worked hard for it.
Yeah, and he's played some really tough competition. He's played 4 games against Central Oklahoma, and he's played a game and started a game against UNLV, the top 2 teams in this conference. So, yeah, it's been a tough schedule for Ethan James. And so, yeah, he's looked really well. He looked really good through this first period, and, I mean, had a couple great saves, but it looks like Colorado so far has had the better chances so far throughout this first period.
Certainly, I mean, they've capitalized on their opportunity too. Peterson, a defenseman, driving the net, he loves that. I'm sure every defenseman loves to see what Peterson did there. Driving the net, find a rebound, put it top shelf, and give your team a 1-0 lead here against your hated rival.
Honestly, after Trunco couldn't bury that breakaway opportunity, I didn't think we were going to have a goal in this first period.
I didn't really either, but again, it's massive that we did. We were talking about that, on the broadcast. Get that first goal, and then, more will come. You get that momentum, you get that pressure against Colorado State, and you're able to run with that if you can. Obviously, the Buffs were blown out last night. We've been talking about it all broadcast thus far. They were just dominated in Fort Collins. But now here in Boulder, if they can run with this, they're up 1-0. Add on to that lead. Produce. Good sign for the Buffs.
Not to mention they got the crowd with them this time around.
Yeah, I mean, last night they were down 30 seconds in or so. They were down early. They did not have a shot, basically, from the get-go. Tonight, a little different. They were able to stay in it, and now they have the lead.
Exactly. I was talking about that earlier on in the first period. It was really, really big that Colorado was able to keep up with the pressure and the forecheck and the pace of Colorado State, because like you said, 30 seconds in, they're scored on last game. This game, that does not happen. They prevent that narrative from occurring, and they're able to stay toe-to-toe with the Rams and really just keep up the good work, and you got 40 more minutes.
Yeah, 40 minutes left. Colorado currently has the lead at 1-0. And so, any final thoughts before we get ready for the second?
I think the physicality is going to stay. It's going to be a long 40 minutes, and I'm sure both teams are going to be feeling it after this game's over.
Oh, 100%. And I bet they're glad in some part after that they don't have any more games after that, because they're going to be feeling it. Physicality is through the roof. It's going to stay like that through the entire game. And just really the emotion, we were talking about it. We've got Buffs fans on this side, Rams fans on that side. Everyone's here in Boulder cheering on their team, hoping for that win. Only one team can get it, and the Buffs have the emotion advantage, the crowd advantage. Let's see if that can get them the win.
It's proved very useful. Every team in this series so far, the home team has won. Let's see if that trend continues. Period 2 after this. right, welcome back to the CU Rec Center for the start of period number 2. The current score, 1-0 Colorado. And so a very entertaining period. I was very convinced that we weren't going to see a goal, but Johnny Peterson gets the lone goal of the period.
Johnny Peterson with, what, a minute 6 left? You know, very, very late period goal. Massive momentum boost and massive emotion, skyrocketing through the crowd here in Boulder, the rec center. Just a massive overall goal.
And I think that goal especially is very important because it doesn't come from one of their top scorers.
Oh yeah, definitely. Those top scorers for the home team, the Buffs, pretty good. Drew McConaughey, Max Pashenik, Mark Borge, 34, 29, and 28 points. That's quite good. However, it is not anything compared to the top scorers for the Colorado State Rams. They have been able to really just dominate.
And for the Rams, their top scorers were totally shaken up yesterday after Max Kleiner had a 7-point game. It pushed him ahead of Tristan Maestas to take the top spot by a whopping 4 points. And then Max DeBaradinis, hat trick. So this Colorado State team knows how to score, and they scored a lot against this Buffs team last night.
Exactly, those top scorers for Colorado State, Max Kleiner, Tristan Maestas, and Max DeBaradinis. 7 points yesterday for Kleiner, 2 points yesterday for Maestas, and 4 points yesterday for DeBaradinis. 39, 35, and 31 points in total over the season. They just had a massive, massive game last night. Obviously, you get that scoring 13 goals, but still, huge game for those 3 last night.
All 3 of those players averaging more points per game than any Buff. Drew McConaughey and Mark Borge, the only point per game scorers for Colorado. DeBaradinis, 1.19. Maestas, 1.3. And Kleiner is averaging 1.44 points per game. So these guys know how to score, and, well, they showed last night. The Buffs trying to not let them do it. And how do you think Colorado State is going to try to get that tying goal if they can?
Push hard, push quick, push fast. Overwhelm the defense of Colorado.
And so we're off for period number 2. Team switch sides as Decker tries to poke it away, and he's shoved away. McConaughey to try to get that lead pass to Pashenik, but Borge picks it up. Puck is loose. McConaughey gives it Peterson, the goal scorer. Tried to get that pass to Pashenik for the tip in. He couldn't get it. Kate couldn't keep it in the zone. It's going to go all the way down. And Latkovsky's going to prevent icing. Latkovsky the pass back, and it gets blocked before it gets to James. Kate with the block. And that's cleared by the Buffs defense.
I mean, what a block there. That just saved a goal, I'm pretty sure, in front.
I agree.
Putting the body on the line, sliding in front. That's what you do in big games. You block those shots, you put the body on the line, because especially in this one, there's nothing left after this one. This is the last game of the season.
Yeah, exactly. So face-off control by the Buffs. Trunco to try and chase it down, but the Rams keep it in their offensive zone. There's a shot, and it goes wide. Maestas was looking for that goal.
That one had a missile behind it, it felt like. That was a fast shot. Luckily missed.
Here's a pickoff. Trunco trying to get that pass to Dickinson, and it looks like he really wasn't paying attention.
Got to be in it mentally here. Colorado State is going to be doing a ton of stuff to try to come back, really just pressing. Got to be in it mentally for the whole game, to be honest. Everything is sharp and quick and fast and at like 2 times the speed here.
And that shot also had a lot of heat behind it. That one from Kleiner, their leading scorer. Pass in front, it doesn't quite get to the stick of Maestas. Top line out for Colorado State. They're in a similar situation as Colorado. Their top 3 scorers on the top line to DeBaradinis, Maestas, and Kleiner. Puck pops free for Schrepel. It's a 3-on-1. Schrepel shoots, and the save is made by Simon, but he doesn't control the rebound. That's poked free, up in the air, knocked down. Simon can't control it. Puck still loose. Now the net is off. and they'll finally stop play after the chaos in front of the net.
I like that shot attempt by Schrepel. He was able to get it low on the goalie, looking for a rebound. Didn't get the best bounce, but at least they didn't just pass it away and didn't get an opportunity at all.
Exactly, and Colorado is looking for creative ways to score. They're trying to do anything they can to get the puck past this goalie, and they've gotten one, they can get more, and they're pressing in front of the net. That's what we want to see. Get players in front of the net in the crease area, trip up Sam Simon, and make him give up some goals.
That shot goes wide of the net, off the draw. Colorado State takes control, trying to keep it away from the Buffs' offense. Puck's still loose. There's a loose puck off the skate of a Ram, but no Buff is there. Ferguson from the top gets that pass. Bunting tries the wraparound. It doesn't get to Simon. Puck stuck, and it's going to be controlled by the Rams. Niezlanik gives it off to Ferguson. And now Felicicchia across the blue line. He's still looking for his first point this season as a senior. Now that would be a way to send you to be sent off, get a point after you've been struggling all season long. But that's exactly what Felicicchia is looking for tonight.
Yeah, that'd certainly be a nice way to end your career here at CU. Putting a puck past Simon on your last game against your hated rivals on senior night. Storybook, you could say.
Truly would be a storybook ending for Joey Felicicchia. Peterson trying to get that over to Farrow, and that's a big hit off on Baltus, who loses a stick. He goes back to go get a new one as the stick is stuck around center ice. Pashenik off the turnover. Gets that pass to Borghi, and the save is made by Simon. Puck loose off the linesman. Farrow now for Colorado. Behind, here's a long shot. Popped up in the air and into the netting.
Nice pressure there from the Buffs, getting some pucks, making Simon work for these saves. Looking for rebounds and just kind of throwing pucks on net and hoping the best happens. Pucks in front, pucks on net, you're going to get something eventually. I mean, that's how Peterson scored in the first. Just kind of keep doing that.
So you keep doing that, and hopefully you find a golden opportunity for a player to just bury a puck behind Simon.
Exactly, just keep pressuring, and I'd like to see a really good forecheck for the rest of this game from Colorado. Hem the Rams in their own zone, cause them confusion, cause them chaos, and make some turnovers and produce off of those turnovers is the biggest thing.
And so the Buffs and Rams have been playing a pretty clean period so far, no penalties, and really none of those like bone-crushing hits we've been seeing. We saw in that first period, looks like they're kind of the nerves and the adrenaline's kind of gone, and they're kind of more focused on playing the game now. That will be icing. We're going back to the Colorado State zone.
I wouldn't expect that to let up in a huge amount, though. Obviously, we've talked about their rivals, you know. They're going to be looking to create any advantage they can get in this game, any hit they can lay, any puck they can take, anything that they can do. Get the advantage in the game and get the crowd into it. So I wouldn't expect those to stop anytime soon.
Well, we'll just have to see. Down into the Colorado zone it goes. Gosnell gets pressured and will clear it out. Makes a smart move. So here comes Tyson Shaw across the blue line. Shaw with the shot. James able to cover it up after he couldn't control the initial shot, but he's going to cover it up.
Exactly, big save by James there. Alex Hartman thanking him, tapping him on the head as he makes that save. Not quite a clean save, as you said. Bobbled it a little bit, puck fooled him a little bit, but he's able to get that stop, covering up the puck in the crease and saving a goal opportunity for his team.
Face-off controlled by the Buffs. Crucial defensive zone draw win. Now Bunting will just lob it ahead, looking for Felicicchia down in the corner. Bunting gets the pass behind. Ferguson from the top, slap shot. Doesn't get to Simon. It gets hit on a body part at some point in the process. Felicicchia back to Ferguson. Tipped, and Dalso gets tipped before it doesn't get to Simon. That one on and deflected by Bunting. And so now Colorado State ahead with it. Noah Decker trying to make a move. Rudrow shoots, and that's wide.
What speed by Decker there, though, flashing through the neutral zone, slipping between 3 Colorado players, and getting that opportunity on net.
So here's Latkovsky dropping off Rudrow, looking for a passing lane. Gets sworn by Buffs. And Latkovsky trying to keep the Rams in possession, but the Buffs will clear the zone and find Pashenik. Now Borghi across the blue line, back to Pashenik. He'll have to chase it down in the corner. Puck's still loose. And now the Rams come away with it. And there's a big hit. Pashenik gets taken to the ground. No call. Borghi. Nothing there. Rolls on top of the boards a moment. There's Peterson with the shot. And it doesn't get through Simon's 5-hole. So that will be cleared. Wilson couldn't get it out. That one, a sad save, and Borghi couldn't get a clean shot off the rebound.
Big left pad save there by Simon.
Borghi trying to get that centering pass in front, and the crowd can't believe that one couldn't find that way in. Turnover again, Trunco. Circling, drops it off for Borghi. Trying to poke it away, and the Rams will clear. Now a fast break. Kleiner drops it off. Maestas shoots, and a shoulder save from James. That one's big. And so now here come the Buffs again. Schrepel gets it poked away from him. And so once again, here come the Rams. DeBaradinis has a shot blocked by Peterson. Perfect timing on that block. That one loose, and that one couldn't. Trines could not get. More chance erupt in the CU Rec Center as we're a little over 7 minutes gone by. Here's a shot and a save from James on Trent Hines.
And James making up for his honestly dismal performance last night. Thus far, nothing allowed through him. 1 goal allowed by Simon, and he's been really, really solid in net, perfect positioning. Aside from a few bobbles by the puck, he's handled that really, really well.
Yeah, he certainly looked a lot more comfortable tonight than last night, and looking good so far. Chances both sides, though. Both teams are getting their chances with the puck.
Buffs win the draw. Bunting with a head of steam across the blue line. Drops it off. There's a shot from Felicicchia, and he almost got his first goal of the year right there. Puck still loose, and it's cleared away by the Rams. Kept in the zone by Hartman, now cleared away. Man, Felicicchia had a golden opportunity, and Simon had the better of him that time around. This will be cleared. Golden gets it across to Ford. Ben Ford, slap shot, and James makes the routine stop.
Something to look out for on the Buffs bench. It doesn't look like Cam Bandoni has returned. He left early in the first period, looked like a lower body injury of some sort. Doesn't look like he's back, so the Buffs are going to have to get a little creative with their lines here as well.
Definitely, but the Buffs are getting creative here. They're throwing everything on net, and that's what we were saying. We had a near own goal by CSU just a few minutes ago, followed by a chance right at James. He's able to make the stop, followed by a near goal by Felicicchia back on the Rams' end. The pace is insane right now.
And here comes another opportunity. Pashenik couldn't beat Simon that time around. Simon's had the better of these Buffs in this second period. As we'll get a little bit of time to kind of calm down.
Simon's had the better of the Buffs thus far, but he is getting tested. Shots are 18-9, doubled for Colorado thus far in this game. and they are putting everything they have on net, on Simon, trying to get that second goal, get a bigger lead for the Buffs.
Oh, McConaughey scores off the crossbar and in. A bar down goal from Drew McConaughey.
What a shot.
Another highlight reel goal from Drew McConaughey against the Rams. And it's 2-0 Colorado.
All goals are nice, Alex, but when you hear that ping right before it goes in, it makes it even sweeter. Bar down.
And their top goal scorer produces again. That's McConaughey's 18th of the season. And that leads all players in this game. Rodero trying to get that cross ice pass, and it's knocked away.
I know we're highlighting seniors tonight on senior night, but you also have to look at the players coming back. And McConaughey, Pashenik, and Borgiar returning is going to be electric next year for the Buffs.
Puck pops free. Doan from the point. And it's deflected away. Latkovsky gets it across. Here's a shot. Doesn't get to James. So yeah, McConaughey gets that goal. Pashenik gets the assist as he got that to him off the face-off. That one, Rams trying to walk right in. Buffs defense not having any of it as they're playing much better tonight.
They are electrified by the crowd. The crowd is electrified by them. It's a cycle, and Colorado is flying here in the middle of the second period.
Dropped it off. Huntbon back up to Decker. And that doesn't go in. Looked like it got past James, but it doesn't find a way into the back of the net. So Shaw gets that lead pass. No, it missed. It missed Hines. And Colorado will take over. Bunting. Have to get that away from Shaw. Ruda pressuring Ferguson. And now he's pressuring Nieslanik. Tap pass ahead to to Bunting. And so Felicicchia in the corner can't get that puck. Pop free for Riley Huntbon. Had 2 goals yesterday for the Rams. Makes a move and gets it knocked loose. And so Colorado takes over and will be cleared out. Both the team and the fans were looking for a penalty. They weren't getting it.
Looked like the Rams might have got away with too many men on the ice there, but it was pretty close. Just play on here.
Borgie. McConaughey trying to give it back to Borgie from behind the net, but communication wasn't there. There's a long shot. That doesn't get to the net. Rams will clear. Poked ahead for Stepan Ruda. Ruda's got Maestas, and it's too far for him. Back the other way. McConaughey slips a little bit, but is trying to get the pass to Pashenik. Top line out for CSU. Poked away. Pashenik couldn't get it past Doan. So now Cromwell clears it up. Tap pass ahead. Looking for Kleiner and DeBaradinis, but it'll be Johnny Peterson who got that first goal for Colorado. Puck still loose. And now the Buffs come back the other way. They'll get some fresh skaters on the ice with Pashenik in the quarter. So now here come the Rams. DeBaradinis across the blue line. Gets it across to Owen Dickinson of the Buffs. And so Colorado State really struggling to try and get those passes to set up those scoring chances right now. And that's what they're going to try to do here on this next attack. Instead, that pass once again misses its initial target and it finds a Colorado Buff instead. Cleared out by Colorado once again.
Colorado State's doing a very good job in the neutral zone of keeping possession of the puck and using that to create these rush chances that you can see.
So now here's Colagrasso. He gets tripped up before he can get a shot off. So now Gosnell to dump it all the way down into the Colorado State zone. And that puck is iced.
I mean, good second period here from the Buffs as well. They were able to take the lead late, and they kind of stayed on that pressure. Simons faced a quality of chances this second period. One past him on a beautiful shot from McConney, but the Buffs, that gives the Buffs a 2-0 lead here. Halfway through, more than halfway through the second period.
So this face-off between Anthony Colagrosso of the Rams and Quinn Schrepel of the Buffs. Off the draw. Colagrosso shoots, and that's not going to get there. They can't get that second shot off. Colagrosso trying to chase it from behind that. He had one goal last time these teams played here in this building. Trunco across the blue line. Trunco got it knocked away from him by Hines. Now Trunco again. Another save, the net's out, and they stop play.
Trunco's been everywhere this game. His power moves to the net. He's getting to the net with the puck, and he's making it hard for Simon to save the pucks.
Trunco's been everywhere since he came back into the lineup for this Buffs team. He had that goal against Oklahoma, the overtime one, powering into the zone, getting that, the pass to get that goal. But he is everywhere, like you said, in this game. A lot of the rush chances that have been created by the Buffs have been created by him.
Buffs control off the draw. Borgie will drop it back. Now there's a long shot. That'll be wide of the net. Big hit on Pashenik. Tyson Shaw just threw him into the boards. And Pashenik is back up. Looks like not two-phase there. Then Dow responds. Laying a big hit on the Rams. That one, Kyle Green got absolutely rocked.
Yeah, we got a penalty coming up. It looks like the Buffs might be going to the box here.
And so the refs try to sort this out, and
Ferguson for holding. Gives the Rams a chance with the man advantage. Looked like it was behind the play. I didn't quite see what happened.
I didn't quite either, but this is going to be massive here with the momentum and the pressure and the speed and skill that Colorado's been showing. Now they've got to play the defensive game. 2 minutes. Colorado State, this could be a massive power play for them if they score here.
so the power play for the Rams. Back up to Huntbond. So Hines takes his time. Huntbond waits. They give it back to Hines, who's got the shot wound up. And he winds up for another one. DeBerardinis fires one right into the chest of Ethan James.
The Buffs doing a great job keeping the lanes clear for James to see. They know he hasn't been great. They know he struggled last night. They're doing their utmost best to protect and allow him to do the best he can. Kate shoving the players aside there in the crease, allowing James to see the puck and make these stops.
Yeah, I mean, he saw that one all the way into his chest. Hit him right, he didn't have to move. Hit him right in the chest there. Able to keep that one out, cover it up. Minute 36 left on the power play for the Rams here.
So off the draw, the Rams take control. Huntbond trying to shake off Gosnell, and he can't. Trunco trying to clear it out, poked it past DeBerardinis. DeBerardinis, a great effort to keep it in. And now Colagrosso over. Hines trying to get that swing pass, and it doesn't find anyone. That one cleared out for a moment. Now a shot blocked by Schrepel on DeBerardinis, and now the other way. Here's Kate. Crowd on its feet as they shoot right to the glove to Sam Simon. And it's a quick whistle. It's a quick whistle, and the ref says that's on me. So that was a quick whistle, and we're going to have an offensive zone draw for the Buffs.
And a penalty on the Rams, heading past the bench. I didn't see what happened again. They're doing it behind the play.
I agree. I did not see what happened, but Max Kleiner, their top scorer, is in the bench. So we'll have 4-on-4 for a minute, 2 seconds, and then Colorado will have 58 seconds of a power play.
And I want to highlight that block from Quinn Schrepel. He was not scared. He got up right off his shin. He probably felt it a little bit, but in a game like this, you don't feel that pain until later.
Definitely. Big block by the captain there, sticking it all out for his team. His final game with this team, making every play he can.
And so we begin 4-on-4. Rams take the face-off. And so here's Latkovsky across. Here's the shot. James, another save. And James has looked stellar throughout this game.
Yeah, looks calm and confident out there, getting a lot of help from his team. We just talked about the block shots and making the hard angle shots easy for him.
And the Rams control the draw again. Latkovsky works his way around some Buffs defenders. And so Doan to take it back at the top. Fires it across. Cromwell shoots, popped up in the air and cleared away. Latkovsky trying to move around again. Nothing there. Borghi gives it across to Hartman. Hartman making some moves, gets it knocked away. Hartman in the boards trying to work that puck free to his teammate, Mark Borghi. And it will be nudged back to Pashenik. That tipped, and Simon makes a save. That was a much more dangerous scoring chance than initially looked.
And a much better save by Simon than it seemed.
A pad save from James on Doan right there. One of the better saves James has had in this game so far. Power play now for Colorado. James, he's got to get back to his net. Decker trying to make the move, and it's cleared away. A bit of a dangerous moment, but the crowd that was there to let James know to be alert.
Also some more commotion behind the play. Pashenik on a shoving match. I think that's hyping up the crowd a little more too.
30 seconds left on the Colorado power play. Schrepel across the blue line. Seems to be fine after that block shot. And now goes behind the net. Trunco has it knocked away. Now here come the Rams. But it's knocked, and Maestas lost control. Kate shoots. Glove saved by Simon. He made that one look easy.
Yeah, keeping the pressure on here are the Buffs. They've peppered Simon. Borghi with a great deflection almost beat him, but still 2-0 here.
They've peppered, and they've been rolling their lines. They've been flying, flowing. Any adjective you want to use, they have been rolling. They've got this long change here, but it's a short change when they're on the offensive attack.
3:45 remains in the second period, 2-0 Colorado, and they currently have 5 more seconds of a power play. A power play in which the Rams will kill. Now they score! It's tipped in! 3-0 Colorado!
The power play goal for Colorado. The power play strikes again, and they're able to make it 3-0 against the Rams. This is a much different game than it was last night. They're on the penalty kill. Colorado State has the advantage, the momentum. They take a penalty. Colorado gets a power play. They make it 3-0.
Chip giving some love to our cameraman, Harrison Simeon, as Chip is loving what he's seeing tonight. Puck pops free. Cromwell shoots long. And James is able to see that one. I think that one got all the way to him. Puck pops free for Felicicchia. Now it's going to be lost. Felicicchia across the blue line. Gets it knocked off. Bunting trying to get that deflection from Foy. Foy getting the goal, and Caden Islanik picking up the assist, his 4th of the year. Moving in now, there's a shot, and he scores! Justin Rudrow has gotten Colorado State on the board. It's 3-1. A beautiful move to beat James.
Yeah, that was a nice play all around. Made some nice moves there. Able to tuck it backhand over James' blocker and it's 3-1, but that's a huge goal in the terms of momentum to get this game back to just within 2.
And they got that one right back after Colorado made it 3-0.
Right back, and Colorado needs to kind of shut this down now a little bit. 2:45 left in this period. Get out without allowing another goal. Keep this momentum up for your team.
And so CSU getting a huge goal before the end of this second period. James will cover, and we close in on 2.5 minutes left. I mean, we had 2 goals in the past minute. So these teams I think Colorado State with that goal shows that they're not going away, and that a 3-goal lead is not going to be safe, and it's not going to be enough to win this game, potentially. Justin Rodero getting that one unassisted on a great move. Just stays with the play, doesn't give up, and is going to be able to get that one above the shoulder of James. Now Borghi shoots to the glove of Simon, another stop.
And I want to look at Ethan James here. I want him to not shake his confidence. He's kind of shaking his head a little bit in the corner. Keep up that confidence. You've been doing fantastic the entire game. Really solid in net. You've allowed only 1 goal. Don't let that shake you.
And so Pashenik is in the face-off circle for Colorado. Face-off is won by the Rams. And so Doan just hangs on to it. Now trying to get the stretch pass to Baradinus, and he's going to be able to kick it ahead. Kleiner lost control. Gosnell playing great defense on him. McConaughey trying to move his way around, and well, the Rams now will just dump it down, trying to generate some more offense to try and get within 1. Here's the lead pass to Trunco. He's got a nice move, and his little backhand tap doesn't get by Simon. Kleiner picks off a Peterson pass before he loses control. Borghi waits with it. And now Shaw for Colorado State. Picked off. Borghi makes a move and it gets poked away. Borghi now fires and Maestas gets the block shot there. There's a tip and a save. Puck is knocked away from the net. Simon closes the door. Peterson now shoots right to the chest of Simon and he covers it up.
And the Buffs are getting these chances, but they're not just chances. They're going to the net. They're going to the dirty areas.
High danger chances. That puck was sitting in the crease. Sam Simon had no idea where it was able to find that puck once his defense bailed him out there, but that's a huge missed chance for Colorado.
Yeah, they're not afraid to get hit in that front of the net in the house there. They're getting deflections on net. They're getting rebounds, and they're fighting for those pucks. Can't quite tap that one home, but they're not afraid to go to the dirty areas in this game.
And so Cromwell off the draw. Stretch pass misses Hunt Bond, and that'll be icing. So Colorado State will have to make the long trek back to their own defensive zone. 1 minute left in this second period. It's a 3-1 lead for Colorado.
Certainly better than last night.
100%. I mean, you think about it, they were down 5-0 after the first period yesterday. In fact, they've only let up 1 goal here. That's great news if you're the Colorado Buffaloes. Trunco lays a huge hit on Ruda. And the crowd erupts. James to play it out. And so now Schrepel couldn't find anyone with him across the blue line, and so he just kind of gives up the puck. So the Rams trying to get one final opportunity. Hunt Bond keeps it in the zone. It goes behind the net. There's a pass in front. Ruda. Oh! James makes 2 great saves on Stepan Ruda.
What a show in the net over there by Ethan James. 2 fantastic saves in a row. Had to adjust on the second one. That was marvelous.
Hunt Bond keeps it in the zone. One final opportunity. 2 seconds and 1. That's going to do it for period number 2. Crowd cheering on Ethan James. And it looks like James's confidence has been restored with the fans backing him tonight.
Yeah, Aiden, you talked about responding, not letting that first goal get to you. Well, it looks like Ethan James is doing just fine after allowing that first.
Exactly. His teammates, Trunco, Foy, and Bunting over there, shaking him, congratulating him. Gosnell, 2 massive stops there in the end of the second there by Ethan James.
I mean, I would love to be in the Colorado locker room right now. That place seems like it's going to be very, very excited.
Very excited, but you know, with trepidation. There's still 20 minutes left in this game. They need to keep this play up. They need to keep this all up for another 20 minutes, close out the season on a high note.
And so 3-1 is your score at the end of the second. Goals from McConaughey and Foy for Colorado. Rudrow gets the lone goal for Colorado State. That's going to do it for us here at Scope of Sports for period number 2. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for your intermission report. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your second period intermission. This is Alex Roberts along with Jared Miller and Aiden Glockner. And what a second period this was for the Buffs. Current score 3-1 Colorado as the Rams try to come back here in this third period.
Yeah, we've seen it so far in this game. 3 goals for the Buffs, 2 of them coming from the dirty areas in front of the net. Peterson in the first, driving the net. McConney had a snipe that just barred down.
That was a beautiful goal.
Perfect goal. But then we had Foy, deflection in front there. Not a pretty goal. It's puck deflected past Simon, able to get 3 goals past him and give you the lead up 2.
Exactly, and we've been talking about that over the broadcast. Getting in those nitty-gritty areas, like you said, getting that net front presence, and getting in the crease. Simon is has been a better goalie this season than Ethan James has, and the Buffs have done a very good job at clearing the lane for James and closing them off for Simon. They've done a really good job at kind of getting in his visibility lanes, getting in the way of him being able to make a save without taking a penalty, obviously. And really just taking control of that net and crease area.
I mean, you said it, Sam Simons looked like the better goaltender this season. James has looked like the better goalie in this game. He's had some great saves. Justin Rudder had that beautiful move to kind of get one past James, but he stood strong. His confidence is probably through the roof right now.
Exactly. He's stood very strong in net, and I talked about basically not letting that goal that you allowed kind of dissuade you, keeping up that performance and keeping up the play that you've been doing all game thus far, and he did that. Those 2 double saves, the one on a very quick adjustment, very little time for him to make that pad, and then I believe blocker, whatever it was, he made the save, and that's what matters, and he did it strong, he did it confidently, and he is standing tall in net right now for the Buffs.
I mean, this is like a complete 180 from what we saw last night. 13-2 your score. It's hard to even believe that one of these teams could score 13 goals in a single game, let alone last night.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy last night. Completely different game today. James looks a lot more settled in tonight, and also not as many penalties tonight. I'm actually surprised by how few there have been this game, and I think special teams might be something to look forward to in the third period. It might get even more intense with the time running down.
But when you talk about penalties, all those 10-minute majors, 10-minute misconducts came in the third period. I would not be surprised if things get a little chippy and maybe some people let their emotions flare. I wouldn't be too surprised. But this is where it comes down to. Seniors trying to go out winners here at CU.
Exactly. Colorado State is down by 2. They're entering the third. They have 20 more minutes left in their season to beat back their rivals. And Colorado State, defending their lead, defending it at home, they're going to do everything that they can. Colorado State is going to do anything they can. You're right. That can lead to penalties, whether that's 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, 10-minute misconduct, whatever. Both teams are obviously going to be not wanting that. No team wants a penalty. They're going to be looking to avoid it. But it might be inevitable. We've had huge hits along the boards, behind the net. The forecheck and back check has been really good for both teams. And some of that might just result in some penalties that might increase the fervor in this arena.
So, 2-goal comeback, not impossible. Very likely. We've seen it happen so many times in every level. What do you think Colorado State's chances are?
I wouldn't count them out. They put 13 away last night. They can put the puck in the net.
Point.
I wouldn't count them out. I don't think you can count any team out. I mean, 2-goal lead isn't a lot. And that can happen in a matter of seconds. We saw 2 goals in a minute, or in the second period. So goals can come quick.
With that being said, though, with the way James is playing and his confidence and the way that Colorado's defense is allowing him to see the puck, make the stops that he needs to be making, and also really just playing in their own defensive zone and also stuffing the Rams up, in the neutral zone. If Colorado keeps that play up, keeps the momentum, keeps just basically everything that they're doing right now the same, the hope is we see a Buffs win here tonight.
Any final thoughts from either of you before we head to the third?
I mean, Adam Trunko's been everywhere. He's been the best player on this ice so far, in my opinion. He's not afraid to drive to the net. He's power moved. He's not afraid to throw the body. We're celebrating the seniors. He graduated last year, back in graduate school. We actually got a package about him made this week, but from one of our very own at Scoba Sports, Oliver Hayes. We were going to try to throw it up tonight. Couldn't get the audio to work, But we have that on our show yesterday, and we're going to try to throw it up on our YouTube channel. Check it out there. It's a great story from Oliver about Adam Trunco and the life of a college hockey player, working and in graduate school.
Not only that, but being an aerospace engineer at the same point.
My thing, get the seniors some chances. If they can make one last final moment, they have 20 more minutes, assuming no overtime to do it. Get them their chances.
Well, that'll do it for us here at the Rec Center for period number 2's intermission. We'll be back shortly for the third period. So you hear the boos of the crowd as the Rams enter the ice, but you hear the cheers of this crowd as the Buffs are back out on the ice for the final frame of regulation from the CU Rec Center. Your current score, Colorado 3, Colorado State 1.
And perhaps the final frame of both these teams' seasons if Colorado State does not tie this up and it doesn't go to overtime. This is the final game for both the Rams and the Buffaloes. And the final game in college hockey for Jake Hager, Quinn Schrepel, and Joey Felicicchia.
All right, so third period we're getting ready. And a little tumble. Tries to get in the penalty box. He's there. Linesman double checking, making sure he's okay. Well, both these teams are ready for period number 3.
I am too.
I am really excited for this one as well. And it's much different than what we saw on December 2nd. These teams, neither one of these teams has run away with this game. The Buffs ran away with this game 2.5 months ago. Not the same story here. They're only up 2, but it doesn't feel like, very safe right now.
I would like to remind, though, that the Buffs ran away with that game, but immediately after they went to Fort Collins and lost the next one.
And well, same story. Colorado State absolutely mopped the floor against Colorado. And right now they find themselves down 2.
I think the crowd's excited too for this third period.
Yeah, they're chanting "Go Buffs." And well,
how can you not be excited after that?
I mean, how can you not be excited when your team's winning by 2 going into the third period? When you just don't have that type of crowd interaction in a bigger stadium. You can crowd the entire stadium to chant "Go Buffs." Like, I bet they do this type of stuff at Colorado State as well. And that's the joy about these types of games. And so Colorado trying to get that 3-goal lead back. Blocker save from Simon. You can hear the thud off the blocker.
And both these teams a little bit casual to start this first period, a little bit, uneasy of what the other might do. We're going to take a few minutes to get back into that heavy-hitting, hard hockey that we were playing. But when that arrives in this game, the tension's going to light up, and the fans are going to love it.
Especially if CSU gets one back and we get to the final 5 minutes, the tensions in this building will go up tenfold. Face off cleanly won. McConaughey doesn't quite get that snipe.
Deja vu almost.
Same situation. Pashenik on the draw. Right back to McConaughey as he lays a hit on Kyle Golden. And now DeBaradinis.
Penalty.
Clear trip on Mark Borghi. Colorado's going to have a power play.
And what a time for a power play. I mean, just over a minute into this period, you can light the lamp here and light the crowd on fire. 4-1, just over a minute into this period. You've got 2 minutes here to possibly make this a 4-1 game. Crowds into this. The Buffs here have a massive opportunity to really, really, really try to close down this game.
This would be a big one here if they could put one past Simon. They had
I
some
agree.
good puck movement the first power play they had on this side. Couldn't quite beat him, but they've had good movement. So now another chance to get one on the power play.
Pashenik in the dot, and it's won by and controlled by Colorado once again. Peterson's shots gets blocked. McConaughey again. There's Pashenik. Going to work his way around. He just sends it back Peterson. Gosnell fires, and it's a little bit wide of the net. Wraparound attempt. Simon's going to shove that one down, and they get a whistle. And there's a little shove from Latkovsky at the end of that, and the crowd's in an uproar.
Quick whistle there.
And so Colorado has now put 30 shots on Sam Simon. And he made 48 saves. Colorado put up 50 against them yesterday, but Sam Simon had the better of them for the majority of that game.
They don't hesitate to shoot, and the shots on goal doubled for Colorado right now. Really kind of tell how well the Buffs thus far have been doing defensively. And on this power play here, I'd like to see that mobility that we had in the second period come back. They were able to score on the power play with that fluidity, moving around the zone, really just dragging CSU with them, open up some lanes, and shooting on net. I'd like to see that return for this power play here with a minute 39 left on that said power play.
And so the draw is controlled by the Rams as they exit the zone. Latkovsky, who just laid that hit after the whistle, kind of the enemy of the crowd right now. Minute and 25 left on the power play for the Buffs. So behind the net, Borghi. Off the corner, back up top to Gosnell. Cross ice, Peterson gets it to Borghi, and it gets knocked away. Couldn't get that shot off. Gosnell waits, now shoots. Oh, and deflected away from the net. Back up to the top. They try to set up another shot. Peterson blasts one, and that one is saved by Simon, and the Rams will get it away. 50 seconds on the power play. Decker making a move and just relinquishes control. Pashenik moving his way through, wide. Was working on a 1-on-3 against the Rams.
What a goal that would have been. 1-on-3 scoring there, 4-1, massive. But power play continues here.
Puck still controlled by Colorado, and the puck will exit the zone. So they'll have to regroup with 20 seconds left on the power play. Here's Caleb Gold. And they'll go back around the net. Stuck in the corner once again. Puck loose, Gold shoots, and it's gloved by Simon. No, it's not gloved, he just clears it out, and the Rams will kill off this penalty, no doubt. Huge kill for the Rams. Just over 3 minutes, approaching the 3.5-minute mark in this third period. Cross ice pass misses Schrepel, but now coming in is Bunting behind the net. Trying to get that pass behind. Goes and hits a Ram stick.
And what a look by Bunting there to try to get it to Schrepel. He was wide open and just picked off by CSU, but a great try, excuse me.
And so now Wilson trying to get that pass to Berardinis. Scores. It's a 1-goal game. Max Berardinis has his 4th goal of this 2-game set. He had a hat trick last night for the Rams, and it's 3-2.
Well, things are even more interesting now. The breathing room is gone. Back down 1 for the Rams here. Still a lot of time left. 16-12 left in the game. 3-2.
Not only was that a huge penalty kill, they get a goal shortly after. This game is so far away from being over. And Colorado State getting a huge goal early in the period to kind of get one of those 2 goals they needed back quick. And so they've scored 2 unanswered after Colorado took a 3-0 lead. More fighting behind the Colorado State net. They try to set up an attack, but Cromwell just retreats. Caleb Golden is it to Latkovsky. Now it's knocked away to Berardinis. And that goal, Max Kleiner getting that assist. He had 7 points last night. That's his 40th of the season. Wow. 40 goals, and that's Kleiner's 28th game this season, so he's been playing all season long for the Rams, and he's got 40 points on the year.
But that's a huge goal given up by Colorado. They're not able to score on the power play. Colorado State is able to complete the penalty kill and then immediately responds from that penalty kill with a goal, getting it within a 1-goal game.
McConaughey fakes one and tries to go with the backhander, and it's saved by Simon.
He had success with that backhander last time we were here against the Rams. Spinorama into the backhand over the Simon shoulder. Why not try it again, you know?
Man, that's one of the highlights of the year for all 3 of these hockey teams here at CU.
I think that is the highlight of the year.
I'm not even going to take that back. That is the highlight of the year. Kate's shot. No. Simon makes the save. 5 minutes through this period. They still haven't started the clock. It's still stuck at 14:58, so it looks like these teams are going to get a little bit more extra playing time. That one up high. Clock still has not moved. Pass ahead, Pushenik has it poked away. And the clock still has not moved. 3-2. And as it stands right now, we still have 14:58 left in the 3rd period. And this crowd's kind of up. This crowd's pretty upset about that. As it looks like the Rams are going to get an extra 20, 25 seconds.
Yeah, that was a good amount of time that passed there.
Draw one by Colorado. Trunko's shot is stopped by Simon. The clock moves that time. And so we're down to 14:55.
Those faceoffs in the offensive zone have been benefiting the Buffs here. They've been able to win them back and get a quality shot. McConaughey even got a goal off one earlier and almost had a second one in this period.
And so now Schrepel into the faceoff dot for the Buffs. Trunko dishes out back for Ferguson off the draw. Nieslanik a long shot, and Simon gloves it. Man, that one looked pretty good, but Simon snatches it away at the last second.
Looks pretty good, but he had a clear view. It might have been screened a little bit, but that was going right toward his glove the entire time. His glove was positioned there to make that stop, and he's able to do so.
Yeah, another face-off win, another shot on net. Getting the bodies in front. Couldn't get a puck or a stick on that one, but awfully close to beating him there.
Oh, pass picked off. Here comes Ben Ford. Got his first goal of the year last night, and James makes that save on Ford. Puck kept in the zone by the Rams, but Ford's little touch will go out of the zone. So Ferguson trying to work his way around Anthony Colagrosso. Colagrosso still working against Ferguson. And now Ford joins the fray, and now trying to get that pass to Ruda. Shaw makes a move around Trunko, and couldn't get a pass to a teammate. And the Buffs take possession and head the other way, a potential 3-on-2. Niezlanik gets the puck knocked away from him. And it's into the boards. Trunco just lets the Rams take over.
And I'd like to see the Buffs kind of get back to that kind of really heavy forecheck that they were having in the second period, and that's what allowed them to dominate and not allow CSU to get any sort of real chance.
So a little more than, so about 6.5 gone in this third period. 3-2 Colorado. The Rams get one back early thanks to Max Deperatinis. Now it's Cromwell, moves in, and he slips and tumbles to the ice. And so the Rams will have to regroup. Maestas drops it off. Kleiner has it knocked away by Felicicchia. Good defensive play there from the Buff senior. Deperatinis is offsides. 7 minutes gone in period 3. Colorado State still needs one to tie this game up at 3.
Yeah, still need one, but they're certainly made it a little more stressful here for the Buffs. Getting that one early and now keeping up the pressure. Buffs got had a good response there, but they almost got pinned in their zone for a little too long there.
Exactly. Keep up the response and the pressure, and don't allow yourself to get hemmed in your own zone, because that's how obviously Colorado State is going to get this back. But right now, Sam Simon, the goalie for Colorado State, really keeping his team in. 37 to 17 shots on goal. He's been fantastic.
Kate off the draw. Controls for Colorado. Now passes it ahead for McConaughey. He will try to find a pass, but Kate already backed off. Kate runs into Deperatinis. And now Borghi takes a tumble. James just lets it go for a teammate. Puck stuck in the boards. Dow runs into Maestas. They still can't make control. And now Pashenik moves around Wilson. Pashenik can't get a shot off. There's a puck loose in the slot, and it's cleared away. And now here comes a breakaway. Max Kleiner gets a pass, and they score. We're tied at 3. A 2-0 breakaway, and a goal from Alex Latkovsky has tied the game at 3.
I think the Buffs only had 4 players on the ice there. I think they were missing a player. It looked like they only had 4 there.
It was a nice play by Colorado State. Colorado pinched in to try to get the puck. Wasn't able to get it. Niezlanik turned it over. And a 2-on-0. Ethan James read it as best he could, but the pass over and not able to stop that shot. Tied 3-3.
Latkovsky had so much space. Kleiner looked like he was going to go right in on a breakaway, but Latkovsky popped free, and, well, he had a lot of time to really think about where he wanted to shoot there. But Kleiner now, 2 points. He had 5 assists in yesterday's game. He's already got 2 tonight. And so now it's a brand new game. It's 3-3. Colorado stormed out to a 3-0 lead, and the Rams have come back to tie it at 3. Trunco shoots, and Simon closes it in on the post and makes the stop. And so Colorado's got to be careful not to let the emotions get to them and take a penalty, because the last thing you want to do right now is give Colorado State a power play. And so there you go. Latkovsky gets the tying goal. Kleiner with the assist. That's his 41st point. Latkovsky's 14th goal of the season. And it's a brand new game. Rams control at the dry stretch pass to Latkovsky, who got that goal. He runs into Kate and gets leveled. Colorado trying to get the lead back. Here's Farrow. He shoots long, and that gets deflected and away from Simon. Puck's cleared. Chasing it down and missing the puck was Kyle Green.
And after Colorado had a really strong second period, they've let Colorado State back in this game, let them score 2 goals before the whole first half of this third period is over. They need to get back to that play. Strong stick, strong skating, and strong physicality, and really just get back to what you were doing. It was working.
Felicicchia trying to get it across to Foy, stuck behind the Colorado State net. And they chase it down, now poked free for Hartman in the corner. Gosnell from the top, it's tipped, Bunting didn't get the right tip on it to get it past Simon. Gosnell again shoots, and it's blocked again. Now Hartman's gonna shoot, and that also gets blocked. And cleared out. And now Leo Billick to apply some pressure for Colorado State.
With how fast Colorado and Colorado State are playing right now, a key thing to, for the rest of the game will be how they manage their shift changes. If you leave your players out on the ice for too long, they're going to get tired and they might get outworked by the more energized team.
And so here comes Kleiner again. He's got DeBaradinis again. Now Kleiner shoots and a save is made by James. Puck still loose, and DeBaradinis could not bury the open net. And we're still tied at 3.
James couldn't cover, but it doesn't matter as they miss the net, wide open, gaping net. And Colorado escapes by the skin of their teeth right there.
McConaughey struggling on the bench, looks like something in the hand, and that's a huge loss for Colorado if McConaughey does not return.
Yeah,
the top scorer.
Yeah, every time he touches the puck, something good can happen. Don't want to see him on the bench for too long. Hopefully he's able to shake this one off and return in this critical game. 9:40 left, 3-3. Last game of the season, a lot of excitement.
Games like these make you kind of feel like you don't want the season to end. And so this is sent into the corner. And so now it's Colorado State again. They've got numbers. Here's DeBaradinis trying to get the pass to Kleiner, and a great defensive play by Cade Nieslanik. Wilson from the top, now shoots, blocked by Farrow, and he's going to get it past Wilson as he goes for a little bit of a shove after he knows he lost the puck. 9 minutes left in regulation. Doan across the blue line has a shot attempt blocked, but the Rams will keep it in the zone. Buffs will clear, and fresh off the bench, it's Shaw. James has a slow roller come to him and he'll just cover. And so the tensions start to rise as we near the end of regulation.
Yeah, I'm getting nervous up here, Alex. That one, James was down and out. Puck just soared over the net, awfully close to taking the lead for the Rams there. Somehow didn't go in.
And that was one Max DeBaradinis is going to want back. And so Colorado State with some more offense. There's a chance. Puck loose, and it's cleared away by Colorado. Dangerous opportunity, and cleared out. They'll breathe for a moment. Shaw trying to shake off Bunting as they kind of hit each other, and now the puck's stuck in the boards.
And that's the kind of offensive zone play and forecheck that we've been looking for this period from Colorado.
There's a long shot that goes behind the net. It's sent, and it's stuck in the corner still. And now the Rams emerge and come away with it. Ruda will just dump it down. And so Gosnell trying to get that stretch pass ahead. Just wide of the net. Simon has to play it away. .7:30 left in period number 3. 3-3, we're tied. Here's Noah Decker. Makes a move. Decker has it poked away. No. And, well, there's Decker slipping down. James will cover and we'll get a whistle. Only one penalty in this third period so far. Relatively clean game so far from both teams.
Relatively clean, but Colorado looks a little bit almost discombobulated as compared to last period. Colorado State now is the one flying around all three zones, and the Rams look like they're just kind of on the back pedal for a lot of this period. They need to get back to that just heavy-hitting, stifling, rolling style of play that they were doing in the second and try to get that lead back.
And that one goes just behind the net. Puck's still loose. Colorado does pick it up, though. And now here comes Schrepel, the captain, with the other captain, Adam Trunco. Gets into the zone. And the captain's trying to make something work. Puck pops free, and it will go back to the top with Ferguson was shooting. And it's off the stick of Simon. Rams cannot get it. That's a turnover. Schrepel will pick it up. Just throw it on net. It goes and hits the side of the net. 6:30 left. Puck still behind the Colorado State net. Nieslanik up front. And Wilson. Try to clear it. And they will. Ferguson just dumps it down right into the glove of Sam Simon. He'll leave it for Hines as he's tripped by Felicicchia. And Colorado State's going to have a prime opportunity to take the lead.
Well, this might be the biggest moment of the game, Alex.
That is a brutal penalty to take.
6:05 left. Got to kill a penalty here. After letting up 3 unanswered goals. Certainly a big test for the CU penalty killers here.
Well, the penalty kill has been their stronger suit of the two in terms of power play versus penalty kill. 73.2% coming into tonight. They've gone shorthanded 153 times, and they've surrendered 41 goals. They have 3 shorthanded goals this season, and Colorado State's only allowed 1 shorthanded goal this season. So, one of the biggest moments of the game, Colorado State on a power play, trying to take their first lead of the game. But here come the Buffs. Here comes Paxton Bunting. Bunting trying to get his shot off, and it's going to be wide of the net. So now here's Hunt Bond back. It's lost, and the Rams take over once again. Hines just gets it to DeBarra-Dennis. They've got some of their top players out. Colagrosso across the line. Colagrosso's got a clean look, and it's wide of the net. Rebound. They score. Colorado State has their first lead of the game, and guess who? It's Max Kleiner with the go-ahead goal. His third point of the period, and his first goal. It's 4-3 Rams.
Well, now it's about answering back. 4-3, down 1 now, 5:27 left. Game's not over yet for the Buffs, but certainly not how you thought this could. Up 3, not great turn of events here for the Buffs.
And so the Rams have taken their first lead of the game after being down 3-0. They've scored 4 unanswered to take the lead. Colorado's got 5.5 to try and tie this game up again. Puck is lost. Latkovsky, who tied the game, circles it back. It finds the stick of Borghi. And here comes the top line.
No McConaughey, though. That's Caleb Gold on the wing.
Well, that kind of puts you into question. I don't think we've seen McConaughey on the ice since he left after what seems like an irritated wrist, hand, something along the lines of that. So Decker behind the net. Pass across. There's a shot. It goes wide. Latkovsky throws it on, and James makes the glove save there. Really nice save by Ethan James. And James has been facing an all
here for the Buffs to get back into this one. But it's not over yet. They showed they can score against this Rams team. It's just getting a timely one here.
And so off the draw, the Rams win, but the Colorado Buffaloes will take over. It goes past the skate of Trunco, but here come the Buffs. Schrepel across the red line, across the blue line. It's a little too far for him, but it's still in their offensive zone. Brett Wilson across to Anthony Colagrosso. He's looking for a pass, and he doesn't find anyone. Now here's a shot, but it gets blocked. Now thrown on. Another one. James covers, and it's not in the net. Wow. 4 minutes left in period 3. Colorado down 1. Jared, when do they pull Ethan James?
Oh, I don't know. I would say minute and a half, 2 minutes is when I'm looking.
And so we'll find out.
I just can't believe he made that save.
Here comes Pashenik. Shoots, and a glove save from Sam Simon. Offensive zone draw for Colorado coming up.
And something here has to get Colorado back in the game. They look a little bit tired, a little bit lax, and just not sharp enough. And that's why Colorado State is now leading 4-3. They need to find something to get them back in the game, as McConaughey's back on the ice.
Well, that's a good sign for Colorado as the top line's out. Pashenik, Borgie, and McConaughey. Kate shoots, and that's off a skate. Pashenik from behind the boards, from behind his own net, behind the Colorado State net. Borgie will just kick it after he lost the puck. Kate cross ice to Peterson, who shoots it blocked. And they'll clear. DeBerardinis couldn't get a fast break, so Colorado will maintain control. McConaughey across the blue line, across to Pashenik, lost control. But now Pashenik again was behind the net. Trying to get that pass up in front. Behind. Hartman out for Gosnell, the new defensive pairing out for Colorado. It's blocked by Maestas. Trying to get that lead pass to DeBerardinis. Shaked off by Gosnell. Here DeBerardinis has it blocked by Hartman. Coming in fast is Colagrosso. Under 3 to go in the regulation. Hartman gets it ahead. Pass across, Foy. Settles it down, Foy. Into the corner. And this gets hit, Felicicchia. There's Bunting, fires wide. 2.5 to go, Nice Lanik out for Colorado now. Foy, gonna work his way through. Felicicchia across. Ferguson shoots high and into the netting. 2:15 left in regulation. Colorado trails.
Colorado's calling their timeout here. Draw something up with.
So they stop the clock now at 2:07. The clock was running a little bit.
Colorado timeout. I wouldn't be surprised if we see James on the bench here. 2:07 left. Get the extra attacker. You got nothing to lose.
You've got nothing to lose. I'm not sure if you do that yet. It gives a lot of time for CSU to score that 5th goal on an empty net. I say you wait until you have solidified possession, probably. Maybe another 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, one thing to look, Colorado's been dominating the offensive zone faceoffs all game. They've been very successful. So we might see if they have confidence in their center, or we see James start about the hash marks, top of the circles, and as soon as that puck's in the possession, you might
exactly.
Start.
They might. They're down to the wire. 2:07 left in this game, and they're going to be throwing everything they have at the net here. Sam Simon's going to have to, stand tall, come up big for his team. The hope for the Buffs is that they are able to get one past him as the timeout is about to be over, and we're about to be back underway for the final part of this period and the final part of this season.
So 2:15 left in regulation, 2:15 left to try and put things in. Actually, 2:07 left, mind me. James is going to start on the bench.
And I'm not sure I 100% like that call. It leaves a lot of risk open, but should you get the goal, I'll be wrong.
Nothing to lose here.
2:07 to try and make it work. Extra attackers out there for Colorado. Lobbed out and into the netting. And so another offensive zone draw for Colorado, which, as you mentioned, Jared, they've been dominating all game long.
Yeah, another clean win by Pashenik there. Just couldn't get a puck to the net.
McConaughey will take the face-off this time for Colorado as Trunko's the extra skater. And Peterson has that go by. Outreach of Gosnell. Colorado State shooting for the empty net. It's wide. Peterson to Pashenik. They wait. Glove down by Borghi. It's across. Pashenik now. Hangs on to it. Pashenik to Peterson.
You've got to attack. Like, you've got a minute 30 left. You've got to go for Colorado.
Cleared out again. And icing is called.
Not the best minute the Buffs probably wanted there. Couldn't get the puck in the zone and took a while to off the clock while trying to figure it out.
Exactly. Every second counts here. They need to be crisp as Colorado State calls their own timeout. They've got to be really, really sharp here. Make the right passes, make the right plays. Don't overthink it. Just shoot at net. Try to get the rebound. Try to get the tip. Try to get the shot. Anything.
From what Sam Simon has been playing like, from how he's been playing, it doesn't look like they're going to get this tying goal by just shooting on him. They're going to have to get a tip in, a puck just poked in, and the chaos in front of the net. They're going to have to get dirty.
Like I've been saying all night, get in the crease area, get in the net, get in front of Simon, take away his vision, take away his ability to make a save, score a goal.
And well, Colorado gets an opportunity to draw something up here.
Yeah. I mean, it was an icing, so the Rams cannot change there. Able to take the timeout, get a breather, but also give the Buffs a chance to draw something up, keep their top unit on the ice, and make something happen.
And so a minute 17 left. The crowd in the rec center cheering on the Buffs, trying to see and push and motivate them to get this goal to tie the game. Draw controlled by Colorado State this time around. And not the face-off you want to relinquish that way. But kept in the zone. Pass back, and it just out of the reach of Pashenik. He had a great opportunity, great pass, and great idea from Borghi. 1 minute left in the third. And potentially in the Buff season. Big hit on the boards. Puck loose. Kept in. Gosnell shoots, blocked. He gets another one, and it's off of the glove of Simon. Behind the net to Baradinis, limping, and he's down on the ice. He's limping to try and get that one. That one rolling to the empty net, and it's in. It looks like Trent Hines is going to get the goal to put this one away for the Rams.
And there just wasn't enough pressure. There wasn't enough want. Not able to get back to that empty net quick enough. 34 seconds on the clock. And it is now a 2-goal deficit for Colorado. Very, very difficult for them to now come back. Almost impossible, I might say.
And well, and so now the attention lies on Max DeBaradinis, who looked like he got hurt in the leg after a block shot from Gosnell, and he stumbled down to the ice. He struggled to even get off the ice, but, you know, especially in this situation with the end of the season, I'm pretty sure he'll take that. And, you know, he got that first goal in this 5-goal unanswered streak, or the first goal of this third period for Colorado State. And so he's got to hold his head high for helping assist this team to a huge victory. And with 20 seconds left in the Buff season, James is back out in net. And this one really hurts if you're Colorado.
Yeah, having a 3-1 lead there in the third, and then 5 unanswered goals this game. 4 in the period to fall to a rival. Not the way you want to end the season.
And you notice next there, DeBaradinis also got an assist on that empty net goal with the block, so kudos to DeBaradinis. Kate with the shot, it's blocked. Farrow, that one loose, 10 seconds left in the season. Rams fans in attendance on their feet as they celebrate the Rams coming on the road and taking down the Colorado Buffaloes. 5-3, your final score. And so this concludes the 2022-2023 campaign for the men's D1 hockey team here at the University of Colorado. And it's the final game for all 3 of the hockey teams here at this university as well, which means it's our final broadcast here for hockey here on Scope Up Sports for the season. And a really hard-fought game, and you just knew that Colorado State wasn't out of it going into the third, and, well, they showed that. And, well, they win in their throwbacks as the Aggies.
And just Colorado didn't have enough, honestly, left in the tank for that third period. They weren't able to get the win. Colorado State kind of ran around their own zone a lot, controlled most of the play in that third after Colorado had controlled so much in the second after they played so good. And that's just a disappointing loss. You blow the 3-goal lead. And it's just a disappointing loss overall to end the season for the Buffs.
Yeah, not the way you want to end the season. Although, if you look at the season, I mean, this was a more successful than the last few seasons they've had.
That is true.
First, they beat their scoring, or they met their win total first half of this year, and still had some success this season overall.
And as they play the fight song here at the Rec Center, the hockey team walks off the Rec Center ice rink for the final time this season. A hard-fought battle, but in the end, Colorado State emerges victorious. And they're the only team to win a road game in this series this year.
And you just have to feel for the seniors. Felicicchia hugging Trunco over there. Schrepel, Hager, they're not coming back. And they obviously wanted the win. The entire team did. They weren't able to get that. CSU very excited as they leave the ice on the left side. But the team just taking it in over there and taking a bit of solace in the fact that they'll be back next year. They can build upon this season. Jared, as you were saying, they had a better season this year than last. They can build upon this, get better, improve, and get the better of CSU next season. But for the seniors of this team, congratulations to them, and obviously everyone's a bit disappointed they couldn't get that win.
And I want to give a special shout out to Quinn Schrepel, who has been the president of this organization as well, on top of being a captain for this team. And he's also been very helpful with us getting some information. And they came up and did an interview in the season, great guy. Even when he was injured, he was, here supporting the team. And you can just show the dedication that he has to this organization. And so he'll pass the presidency off to someone else next season.
Yeah, I just want to thank the entire team. I mean, without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. I know I had a blast. I don't know about you guys, if you had a good time doing all of this season.
I've had an absolute blast. I mean, I came into this, you were like, hey, I need a color announcer. And I was like, hey, sure, I'll do it. And, that was back in September. Now we're here, end of February. And we just have a really good broadcast. Again, yeah, definitely thanks to the team. They were able to put all this on, on the ice. So we're able to produce it for you all off the ice as Colorado State takes, their last hugs on the ice. I'm sure they've got a few seniors of their own who are playing their final game here tonight.
I mean, I know, Jared, you were a one-man wrecking show at the beginning of the year, really. I remember that women's game against Utah. You literally were the only person there. That was a tough one for you, but, I came in here late October. Yeah. Ethan James was starting. Yeah, again, those 2 games against Missouri State. Great start. I mean, we improved throughout the season, and one thing that I can guarantee for all the people watching right now, we're going all out next year. We're going to have amazing broadcasts next year, and they're just going to be even better than what we were able to produce this year.
Yeah, I want to thank you two as well, because I literally came into this by myself, and I got a few people to help me out, and I think the broadcast got better every week. So I thank you two for helping me out and making this become even better. And I'm excited to be back next year with both of you. So.
I mean, definitely we've come a little bit of a long way from 2 frames a second, no audio, high light. But we're glad we're able to give it, for both the club we're in, for the school, the coverage for all 3 of these teams. I know they appreciate it, and yeah, we just love what we do here, and the energy that this game had, I would love for it to signal possible, more attempts. Outdoor game, they just had that. They just had that with the ACHA in North Carolina. 26,000, I believe, showed up for that. Folsom Field, be a good venue for that. I would enjoy it, or possibly, NCAA. That could be fun.
That's tough. Yeah, ACHA record this year in attendance. 26,000 showed up to see NC State and UNC. So. I think a game of this caliber would work fantastic in an outdoor setting.
I think it'd be amazing.
I think Folsom Field would pack all 50K. I would not be surprised.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised, and I'd hope we'd be there to broadcast it as well.
But we're running out of time, so I don't know if that'll happen. But well, we're here and we're here to stay. All 3 of us are returning next year, and we're going to make these broadcasts as best as we can. And we're going big or going home next year. So. Don't go away. This is just the beginning for us here at Scobo Sports. We'll be back in a little bit for the post game, but for us here at the broadcast, this isn't it. We've got lacrosse coming up in a few weeks. There's a couple of those games, but we've also got baseball that we're going to be trying to do for you guys. So trying to do as much as we can, cover the club sports here, because they deserve some attention as well as the top teams, and especially for these hockey and baseball teams. Those are some popular sports, and want to bring more attention to these types of environments. But anyways, that, I think, is going to wrap things up for this broadcast, this final broadcast from the CU Rec Center. He's been Jared Miller. That's been Aiden Glockner. We'll be back in a bit for the post-game show. My name's been Alex Roberts. You've been watching Scobo Sports. Thank you, and you've heard it here first. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the post-game show. My name's Alex Roberts. Beside me, both Jared Miller and Aiden Glockner. We've been your booth for the majority of this season, and let's go ahead and break down this game and this season for the Buffs.
Yeah, disappointing end. Good first 2 periods. Not a great third period as four hit the back of your net, down, falling 5-3 to the Rams. Not a great ending, but fun game overall.
I agree. It was a fun game, and yeah, you could just kind of tell that CSU was not out of it, even when it was 3-0. So,
Yeah, they were fighting back. They were playing hard. They were playing strong, and that resulted in the win for them. They just had a lot of tenacity. They were able to just keep rolling, keep pressing, and keep that kind of speed that Colorado had shown in the first and second periods, but obviously turn it on its head and send it back down the other way to score 4 goals and 5 goals. You get 5-3 loss for the Buffs.
well, it's only a 2-goal loss and not an 11-goal loss as we saw yesterday. So, I mean, at least that's a positive.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to look, something to look at. We talked after the first period about how much better of a start the Buffs had, and we talked after the second about how good that second period was. They had a really, really good middle frame, but obviously they're not able to fully close that out. They're not able to get that win, and it's a shame for both the team and especially for we've said it all night long, but it's a shame for the seniors on this team. Not able to get that final win at home against the rivals.
Yeah, obviously disappointing night, but I also want to shift to the future of this team. I mean, we're all back next year. We all get to see some more hockey. I'm excited for Borgie, Pashenik, and McConaughey for another year. I mean, they were the most electric line on this team. Every time they touched the puck, I was like, oh, they can score. And we got to see that again next year, all 3 of them returning.
Exactly. We had that bar-down goal by Drew McConaughey to get that 3-0 lead. That was beautiful. It was gorgeous.
Oh, right off the draw from Pashenik.
Right off the draw. I had barely finished speaking. It was a gorgeous goal, and as you said, I'm very excited for that for next season. They're gonna be flying high offense.
Now, here's a question, because obviously we've got 2 teams here at CU in terms of the men's side of things. Do you think there's anyone on the D2 team that stands out that can come up and play for the men's D1 team?
I was thinking that a couple weeks ago, and the one player, like Connor Smithberger of that D2 team.
I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, it was amazing. We didn't get to cover the D2 team too much. We're hoping to expand on that a little more.
Yep.
But the games we did come to for them in broadcast, Connor Smithberger was the difference maker. Every time he touched the puck, it was like, wow, we saw Forsberg from him.
Oh, that was
insane.
That was a beautiful goal.
And he was part of the reason as to why Colorado won that first playoff game that we covered a couple weeks ago here against the Rams. He was just amazing, flying everywhere on the ice. Similar to McConaughey almost in play style. And I think you're right. I definitely could see him, making the jump up to this D1 team and being a pretty good line mate for some of these players.
I agree. I think he'd have an immediate impact for this team. He's looked great this season for the D2 team. I'm so excited to see what he can do and bring to this team right here.
But there's also not a lot of spots to fill. I mean,
That
not
is
a lot
true.
of players are leaving. This is going to be a similar team that we saw tonight to next year. I mean, there's also players who don't play who are part of this D1 team that could get a chance to fight for their roster spot even more next year, even more playing time. So it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to see come tryouts around late August, early September to see exactly what happens.
Well, and that's how we're going to start this upcoming season. But, I mean, the women's team, not the season they wanted. They'll be back next year. I'm hoping that they can, with some tenacity, with wanting some revenge after missing out on the tournament this year.
Take it back from ASU. Won it 2 years in a row, and ASU's got it right now. Take that championship back.
Take it back. And so the D2 team, they won a playoff game. They beat Denver, who ended up, beating them in the. But they got the 3 seed in the region, so that's a pretty big win for them. And the D1 team plays in the toughest conference in the ACHA, no questions asked.
Yeah, I'm excited for this team. I'm excited for next year. As you said, a lot of these players are going to be similar, and that should mean a lot of the play and a lot of the hopes of this team also should be similar. And we hope we'll be able to go further. We hope we'll be able to see more from this team, and we hope they'll be able to just progress further than they did these past 2 seasons.
I mean, any final notes for the season for you guys?
No, I don't think so. It was exciting. I'm glad we were able to cover it as much as we did, and I can't wait to do more next year as well.
Aiden?
Yeah, I mean, I'm along the same lines as Jared. I've really enjoyed doing this. This has been fantastic, as we just said on the broadcast. Now in front of the camera, but it's been just really enjoyable. It's been great to see how the team has progressed. You know, they had that 6-game win streak to start the season. You know, had a really good time at the beginning of there. Stumbled a little bit in the middle. We had that mid-December, late semester 2 games against the Rams, where we had that win. That was amazing. And you know, they were able to come back, kind of keep it up in this semester. Obviously, they're not able to get basically what they want out of this season, but all that, they can take all that and just keep right on rolling as we hit next September to next February.
Well, it's been an entertaining season. Lots of memories were made both for the players and us up here in the booth for Scope Up Sports. I don't think there's really anything else we've got. My name's been Alex Roberts. Thank you so much for tuning into this season here on Scope Up Sports. Good night, and you heard it here first.